Okay, so welcome to the 90th NARST International Conference. Well, it has been a pleasure to be your president for the past year. And I think now we are going to send our appreciation to a lot of people. Definitely, Bill is one of them to begin with. But I think there are a long list. There is a long list of the people that we want to, at least I want to make up my special thankfulness. And San Antonio was chosen because it's a nice place to meet people and it is exotic. So while you are here attending the conference, I hope you also enjoy the cultural aspect of this city and bring some special memory back home. And remember, that's a very special year in NARST history, because NARST is very difficult to go to the 90th year so far. So let me start with some thankfulness notes. The first one is our sponsors and exhibitors from different associations. And the second one is the strength coordinators. We have two co-chairs for each strand. And in total, we have 15 strands. And as you can see, we have a lot of submissions every year. So these strand coordinators, they try to do their best to serve our membership. So thank you very much. So we also have several individuals to be appreciated. The assessors, mentors on international committee, mentors of new NARST members, and scholarship award recipients through the E&E committee, international committee, and the publication advisory committee. And also Kimber Nation, she's somewhere here. Could you, oh, there, over there. Yeah, she helped us on the program, and Tara Reddy, where is she? Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Of course, you definitely see a lot of graduate students around to help you out. So they are sitting over there. Could you wave your hands? Okay, thank you. And Bill just stepped down. If you haven't approached him and thanked him, please do it. You still have 2 days. Oh my goodness, you're just behind me. Okay, thank you. Yep. Okay, our co-chairs for the research committee and the committee members. Where are you? Jomo and Maria. Alicia Elozong, she has been very helpful on the PAC committee, and you have a great team for your committee. So where is she? Thank you. Eileen and Mary, they co-chaired the M&E committee this year. And since this is a transition state for NARST, so they have done a lot of important work to have this group, to have this committee split into election committee and the membership committee. So please join me to thank them and their committee members. And Greg Kelly and Catherine McNeil, they were in charge of the External Policy and the Relations Committee. And for the past few years, NARST has been grown very healthy. And we had signed a couple of MOU with the international associations. So I think NARST is called a worldwide organization, and it really reflects on the affiliations. So thank you for your team and committee members. We also have Nanwa Kang to chair the Equity and the Ethics Committee. And this committee is also very active to look at the different issues in relation to E&E. So please join me to thank the Equity Committee. Okay, the most important thing today is to give out the awardees for 2017. So please join me to welcome Talito and Lynn Durkin. Let's thank both of them to chair the important committee. Thank you. And we also need to thank the international committee. They try to expand their impact of NARST into the other side of the world. So Lucy and her committee members did a wonderful job in the past year. So thank you very much for your hard work. Okay. Everybody needs to know them. If you haven't approached them to say hi, definitely walk to them and say who you are. So let's thank just co-editors, Fayed and Dana. They try to speed up the review processes and to get all your papers. If you submit any one of the papers, they try to get you feedbacks in less than 3 months, and so you could, get some feedback. They work very, very hard to serve our membership, and also keep the high impact factors. I think that's very important too, particularly for people who want to promote in their careers. So that's wonderful. And as you know, we have 30 co-chairs for the strengths, and we do need to have somebody to coordinate. So thanks a lot to Tony Sondergaard, who helped us to set up the program for everybody to be here and walking from one room to the other room smoothly. Okay, thank you. And this morning and the day before yesterday, when you went to the plenary speech, you always see somebody standing in front of the podium, and there is a person who is very busy to take the video in order to allow you to see the plenary speeches in a month. If you haven't been there or you want to review what has been said, go to NARST website, then you will see the product. Let's thank Professor Randy Yerrick. Okay, well, we have to have a special appreciation for the outgoing board members. They have been served the board for 3 years. It's not that easy to serve this big size of membership. They need to be patient. They need to tolerate things doesn't go wrong. And most important things, they are willing to commit to share their wisdom to the board and willing to sacrifice their own time to our membership. So here are the people, they are stepping down, and we really appreciate their contributions for more than 1,000 days. Okay, so the first one goes to immediate past President Mary Atwater. Yeah. Could you come to the stage? Yeah. 3 years is not that easy. Being a president-elect, president, immediate past president, and the responsibilities didn't decrease over the years, and not that, and even more and more responsibility as the immediate past president. So thank you very much. And the next one is Greg Kelly, and he has been serving for the board for 3 years, and we need him for another 3 years. So he just got elected to be the secretary treasurer. So please come to the stage. Okay, we also have Jumo to serve from the research committee. And research committee recently has a lot of subcommittees coming out, including San Diego Institute, RIGS, and I went to RIGS yesterday, and RIGS is the research interest groups. They are very active. They try to help the members to build up a community that they could share their mutual interest together. So Jomo, they have done, Jomo as a leader of the committee has been very helpful to help the membership who like to initiate something. Then he would be like a channel to serve as a facilitator to help the people to make their dreams come true. So Jomo, would you like to come to the stage? Is he around? Talito is a very important person because all the awards applicants go to her committee. And all the committee members, including the Outstanding Contribution Award, Earlier Career Award, and the Doctoral Students Dissertations Award. We all want to be recognized when we were making our effort. So for these committee members, they have a very high responsibility to identify them. But I want to say, every year we only have very few people who receive this award. So if you can get the award, I really, happy for you. But if you don't, I think don't be upset, because that's how our life goes on, and that way we just have to face it, And sometimes in the world, you are still recognized. So don't worry about that. I always look at the bright side. So because whenever we give out the awards, we forgot the other people, and so. I wasn't meant to say this, but all of a sudden I just came to my mind. Okay, let's thank the Tali. And next one is the graduate student representative, Selena Bottles. Is she here? Oh, yeah. Okay, coming to the front. Come on. I was able to attend their meeting yesterday, and there were probably 100 or more than 100 graduates there. And I was so happy to see them because they are the new blood of NARST. And I told them as an advisor, I have been supervised 85 graduate students, 30-something doctoral students, and 50-something master students. I always say that to students, you got to work with your mentors in a very efficient way, because if you delay one day, then probably you need to read 50 more papers, because everybody wants to publish the paper on the journals, right? So you need to catch up your time if you want to graduate. So their group has been very active to work together, and the graduate students committee becomes a standing committee now. So thank you for your effort. And John Tillotson is here, right? Yeah, thank you for being the NSTA representative to NARST. Yeah, and I remember I met you a long time ago when I was the international coordinator, right? Yeah, and ever since I saw you have been, working with the NARST. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, now it goes to the award. This time it's real. Okay, yeah, please come to the stage.
I'm really honored to be able to start out the presentation for the Outstanding Doctoral Research Award. And this award recognizes the top nominated dissertation with the potential to have the greatest impact in the field of science education. And I'd like to call Gail Richmond up here to give the award. And thank you, Gail, for all the work you did helping to have someone to win this award.
So NARST is, the 2017 Outstanding Doctoral Research Award has been awarded to Professor Anita Schuchart, who is at the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. This honor indicates that Dr. Schuchart's dissertation was judged by colleagues on the award committee to have the greatest significance in the field of science education among all dissertations nominated for this award. The title of Professor Schuchart's dissertation was Learning Biology Through Connecting Mathematics to Scientific Mechanisms, Student Outcomes and Teacher Supports. Her dissertation was completed at the University of Pittsburgh under the direction of her major advisor, Dr. Christian Schun. So, Dr. Schuchart.
Try to move over in this area too.
Thank you, Gail, and thanks to all the committee members. The Early Career Research Award. This award is given to a researcher within the first 5 years after completion of the doctoral degree who demonstrates the greatest potential to make outstanding and continuing contribution to research in science education. And I invite Dr. Julia Plummer to give the award.
The NARST Early Career Research Award recognizes Dr. Chen for his outstanding professional accomplishments. Dr. Chen is an assistant professor in the Division of Teacher Preparation of the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College at Arizona State University. Prior to joining the faculty at ASU, Dr. Chen was a research scientist in the STEM Education Center at the University of Minnesota. Dr. Chen received his doctoral degree from the University of Iowa. Dr. Chen's research agenda focuses on how talk and writing can be synergistically adapted as epistemic tools to foster students' knowledge development, social negotiation, the development of students' reasoning abilities, and influence on academic achievement. Dr. Chen received the 2014 NARST Outstanding Paper Award for his research in this area. This research, though situated in science education, has implications that speak to a broad audience. He has also been highly successful in obtaining grant funding to support his work. In only a few years since beginning his academic career, Dr. Chen has published 18 peer-reviewed articles in prestigious journals such as the Journal for Research in Science Teaching, Science Education, Research in Science Education, and Cognition and Instruction. His research and teaching have had a significant impact on knowledge and research in education, both nationally and internationally, resulting in his receiving an invitation to be a keynote speaker at the annual meeting of the Korean Association for Science Education International Conference. As a recipient of the Early Career Research Award of NARST, a worldwide organization for improving teaching and learning through research, Dr. Chen joins his predecessors in setting high standards for future awardees. Dr. Chen, you can join us.
There you go. We'll try to orient for you guys on this one.
The NARST Early Career Research Award recognizes Dr. Stroop for his outstanding professional accomplishments. Dr. Stroop is an assistant professor in the Department of Teacher Education at Michigan State University. He is also the Associate Director of STEM Teacher Education in the Create for STEM Institute at MSU. Dr. Stroop received his PhD from the University of Washington. The strands of Dr. Stroop's research connect around designed research for better science teacher education. First, his research considers students' opportunities to co-develop science practices across time. Second, his research investigates how pre-service teachers learn to provide rigorous and equitable learning opportunities for all students through ambitious teaching practices. Third, his work aims to better understand the opportunities pre-service teachers need to learn these ambitious science teaching practices that will subsequently enable their students to participate in science practices. This body of research has already begun to make an impact on the field. Dr. Stroop has published 11 peer-reviewed articles in prestigious journals, including the Journal for Research in Science Teaching, Cognition and Instruction, and Science Education. Dr. Stroop has also edited a book titled Reframing Science, Teaching and Learning, Students and Educators Co-Developing Science Practices in and Out of School, which was published by Routledge Press. As a recipient of the Early Career Research Award of NARST, a worldwide organization for improving teaching and learning through research, Dr. Stroop joins his predecessors in setting high standards for future awardees. Dr. Stroop, please join us.
And last but not least, the Distinguished Contribution to Science Education through Research Award. And this award recognizes scholars who have made continuing contributions, provided notable leadership, and had substantial impact on science education through their research over a period of at least 20 years. And I'm happy to invite the two co-chairs of the Distinguished Contribution to Science Award, Professor Alexander Gayard and Peter Okebukola.
The co-chairs would like to recognize and thank all members of this committee for their service. We'd like to request that members of this area please stand. Thank you. The Distinguished Contributions to Science Education through Research Award 2017 to Avi Hofstein, Weizmann Institute of Science, Israel. Dr. Avi Hofstein's 51-year career in science education is filled with impressive milestones in research leadership that has left a global footprint and significant impact. From a high school chemistry teaching position in 1965, he rose to be a full professor in one of the world's leading universities, the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel. Dr. Hofstein has been an active member of NARST for 35 years. The distinguishing strand of Avi Hofstein's research in science education, with significant impact on theory and practice, clusters around attitude and interest in science, practical work, and inquiry learning in the laboratory learning environment, and the development of higher order learning skills in the science laboratory. More recently, his research group developed strategies to investigate students' ability to develop cognitive and argumentative skills. Within this cluster, he has sustained his research efforts for over 30 years, impacting theory and practice in approximately 40 countries in all regions of the world. Dr. Hofstein has provided strong leadership to the science education research community in Israel, Austria, Australia, Germany, Greece, UK, USA, and many African countries. He stimulated enduring research traditions through leadership, especially through European Union and UNESCO-sponsored projects. Avi Hofstein has served in numerous leadership positions in NARST, including board membership of JRST, membership of the DCRA, and chair of the International Committee. Over the course of the past 33 years, Dr. Hofstein has supervised the doctoral dissertation and master's research of no less than 26 students. He has mentored not only his students, but many others into influential scholarly careers in science education. For all of these reasons and many more, Dr. Avi Hofstein is a most deserving recipient of the 2017 NARST Distinguished Contributions to Science Education through Research Award. My pleasure to invite Dr. Avi Hofstein to come receive his award. are presenting it jointly to him. Okay. So we're giving it jointly to him.
We'll tell you a few stories. Actually, I prepared a lecture with 55 slides, but then I got an email from Tali telling me that you have 2.5 minutes. How disappointing it is. Well, the first story is that actually Tali is my academic granddaughter, because I was the advisor of her advisor. And so that only happens in a small country like Israel. So after 50 years of career, it's time to say thank you to several people who were very involved in what I accomplished in science education. The first thing is that thank you, Peter, and thank you, Alejandro, Tali, Edlin, and where is Bill? He disappeared. But he will come back in a moment. In 1980 was my first NARST meeting when I was in sabbatical in the University of Iowa. At that time, it was the Mecca of science education. And I will tell you a short story. I will not exceed the 2.5 minutes. So what happened when I went to the University of Iowa? This gave me an opportunity to meet some of the pioneers of science education, Bob Yeager, Vince Luneta, Jim Szymanski, John Pinnick, Bill Kyle, and two young PhD students. One is Joe Krechek, who became then president of NARST, and David Tregast, who also became president of NARST, and they got a DCRA award. So something good happened at the University of Iowa. If I forget tonight names, it's only because I forgot to take the pill this morning, the pill, which is the red one, and I took the blue one, and that's. So over the years, I had opportunity to meet many of the scholars who are members of NARST, who provided us, NARST community, with new research idea, with the goal in mind to improve the way science is taught and learned. It's very difficult to mention all of them with whom I was lucky to collaborate, but I will mention only few. I also already mentioned those from Iowa, but in the United States, Wayne Welch, Roger Bybee, in Australia, Barry Fraser, David Tregast, Daryl Fisher, Peter Fensham, and Jeff Giddings. From Germany, Ingo Eilks. From the United Kingdom, the family Per and Vanessa Kind, and my advisor Richard Kempa and Sibel Erdogan. In Israel, I was lucky to obtain an environment that was very friendly at the Weizmann Institute. I started there as a teacher, volunteering to work on research and development. Later on, I became head of department. I would like to mention three people with whom I worked very intensively: Rachel Mamluk Neeman, she is here, Ruth Ben-Zvi, and the late Lord David Samuel. They provided me, as I said, with a healthy professional working environment. Finally, I have to thank my wonderful family, my wife Ronnie, 3 of my sons, and 7 grandchildren, 5 granddaughters and 2 grandchildren, who over the years provided me with supportive home environment. The DCRA is a wonderful gift when I became 75. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Okay, congratulations again to all the awardees. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce the new board members, and each one, when I call upon you, your name, please stand up. The first one is the president-elect, Gail Richmond. Congratulations. Yep. Within 30 minutes, then you will be the president-elect soon. Okay, and 3 newly elected board members, Judy Lederman, Femi Otulajo, Chris Surrey. Congratulations. Well, Secretary-Treasurer Greg Kelly. Graduate Students Representative Francesca White. And we also have the NSTA representative, Emily Shirani, who cannot come today. So, congratulations to all those people.